great week. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, my name is Karina, and this is my channel. So welcome. Before I start, if you guys hear that kind of like buzzing noise in the background, I'm so sorry. It's like the cicadas outside and I can't really control that. So yeah, if you guys maybe have been checking out my Instagram account, you may have seen this week that I announced that I will be filming a Q&A video. It's been many months since I filmed my last Q&A and I thought it was about time. So what I've done is you guys left me a bunch of comments, a bunch of questions on my latest photos. So I'm just gonna go through them and answer. Number one was definitely the most asked question. The question is, how do I get to travel so often? How do I afford to travel so often? What's my job? So I saved up a lot of money before I came to Australia. So if you're wondering how I can afford it, I did save up quite a bit. Right now, I'm really lucky that I'm able to kind of vlog, video, share all kinds of content with you guys, and that is really my job at the moment. Next question is, do I live in Canada or Australia? And some people are wondering if I'm ever going back to Montreal, which is where I'm from. I'm only in Australia for 6 months, so I'll be going back within the next couple of months to Canada, and yes, I will be going back to Montreal. Next question, which is kind of related to all of this, is do I study? Am I currently in school? What do I study? So at the moment, I'm obviously not in school because I've been traveling quite a bit. So I think you guys are a bit confused, like how can I travel and be going to school all the time? I completed a year of university last year studying business. I always wanted to take a year off though to travel, and kind of just seemed like the right time. Everything was kind of pointing in the direction that I should be taking my year off now. So that's what I'm doing. Next question is, do I have advice for a senior in high school who doesn't know what she wants to do with her life? All I can tell you is don't force it. I can't really give you much advice because I'm still figuring out what I want to do with my life. I would say don't be afraid by the fact that you don't know what you want to do, because seriously, you are so young. I mean, I'm not a senior in high school anymore, but I still am realizing that I'm really young. I don't need to figure it all out right now, you know? Don't think that everyone else has it all figured out, because most people have no idea what they're doing. And if they do, they might change their minds later on. So seriously, take your time. Look at what you don't like, look at what you like. If you don't know what you're doing, take time off. If you want, you can work a little bit before studying or choosing your career path. Travel, of course. I'm gonna say really learn a lot about yourself. So just don't freak out. You have a lot of time and don't rush it, because trust me, it will all work out in time. Next question is, have I ever traveled alone, and if not, would I like to? I've traveled a little bit alone. I've never done a month-long backpacking stint alone though. Traveled across the world in planes by myself, and yeah, I've done maybe 4 or 5 days at a time max by myself. I'm probably planning another 5 or 6 day trip alone next month, so I'll definitely let you guys know how that goes. Next question is, what did I want to be when I was younger? I actually always thought that I wanted to go into hotel management. Maybe because I traveled a lot as a kid, I was really fascinated by hotels and everything that went on in them, so I was kind of hoping that I could manage a hotel or something. Next question I've kind of already answered. How am I able to travel and go to school? So like I said, I'm not in school at the moment, that's why I'm traveling so much. Someone's asked me if I would ever go vegan. Although I love vegan food, I find really interesting vegan recipes, so I'm always experimenting with vegan recipes. I don't think I would ever be able to go completely vegan. Sorry. A lot of you asked what my favorite place is that I've traveled to so far. Not country, but really my favorite spot I've been to. I think I'm gonna have to say on my last trip in Vietnam, this place called Ninh Binh was, I kind of had one of these moments of, oh my god, is this real life? This is probably one of the most beautiful, extraordinary places I've ever been. So as of lately, Ninh Binh in Vietnam. What are some of my organization tips? I make weekly to-do lists. I have a daily agenda that I put all kinds of appointments, to-dos in as well. I color code things, which really helps. And then also I kind of have like a monthly outline within that agenda where I'll put kind of big events. What is the most valuable thing for you at the moment? I was asked. It's a good question. I don't know if this is kind of cliche, but really like my loved ones, my family, boyfriend, friends. You know, as much as there's all sorts of other things going on in your life, that's really what I find is really fulfilling in your life, is the people around you that you love and that love you back. I don't think that there's anything really more important. One of my high school friends asked me what my favorite high school memory is. I don't know why, but I think of high school and I just think of like being in the cafeteria and just, you know, when you have all your friends that you see every day and like the bell rings and you just all congregate in the cafeteria. Those are just good times, like something you miss, seeing those friends every single day. And you know, just the conversations we'd have and like the stupid stuff we'd do. I don't know, I just have funny memories from the cafeteria. Next, I thought it's a really good question. Describe your first out-of-country travel experience. I'm gonna kind of give two because my first one I don't remember because it was to Florida, I'm pretty sure, in the States, and I was probably under a year old. We went to Florida a couple of times when I was really young. Don't really remember that, but the one that's kind of big in my memory is when I was 4 years old, we moved to New Caledonia, which is a little island in the South Pacific, if you want to look it up. It was just obviously a really big event in my life, moving countries and taking all these huge flights for the first time in my life. Next, a lot of you asked how to travel for a good price / on a budget. To start, look for flight deals, and then after that, it's really staying in hostels, not eating in fancy restaurants, kind of sticking to kind of local spots that aren't very expensive, looking for well-priced tours, and also if you're traveling within a country, taking buses instead of planes is a good idea. Next question is how I met my boyfriend. I met him about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now, when we were both actually in Bali. We were actually at a bar one night and him and his friends walked in and I was with my best friend Eliza, and really we just started talking, and then we realized that we were all kind of from the same place in Brisbane. Well, I don't live in Brisbane anymore, but I used to grow up in this area in Brisbane when I was younger. So we kind of just all realized that we were from the same place and started talking from there, and we kind of hit it off. So we stayed in contact. Of course, I came back to Canada. He was in Australia. We stayed in contact for a while, just as friends. And then when I came back here last July, and then I came back again in November, we kind of, again, we're still in contact, and things went from there. Another good question is, what advice would I give my 16-year-old self? First of all, I would tell my 16-year-old self that, like, you're not gonna marry your 16-year-old boyfriend. Yeah, to begin. Not that I thought I would, but just like confirm that. Another thing that enjoy high school as it lasts, because everything after high school gets like more real life, and yeah, you're gonna be a lot more on your own after high school. Just to go with the flow and have fun with your friends. 16 is a good year, and just enjoy it. A lot of people have asked me about my hair, so how I stop my hair from frizzing, any hair product suggestions, hair care routine. I'll answer this all in one because I really don't do much with my hair. My hair care routine is really, I wash it every couple of days, I let it dry overnight, and the only product I ever really use is Moroccan oil or argan oil. I'll just put that through my hair, concentrate on the tips after I get out of the shower when my hair's still damp, and I just leave it in. I don't use it as much when I'm back home, but here in Australia I find that my hair kind of goes a lot more crazy, so I have been using that after the shower, and it's been helping out a lot. Where do I see myself in 10 years? I have worked very hard to not think too far into the future, so I really can't answer that question right now. I used to worry a lot about where I would see myself in the future in 5-10 years, and now I can't even imagine thinking that far ahead. So I'd be like 30 years old I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing when I'm 30, so I'm sorry I can't answer that question. Although I do hope that I'm happy. Yeah, that I'm happy doing whatever I end up doing. So there you go. Place I want to travel that I haven't traveled yet. You all asked me this. I haven't done much of Europe, so I would enjoy doing a bit of a Europe trip. That would be exciting. And also maybe go back to South America. I don't know if I would do a whole South America trip, but like kind of choose one country and travel around that country. I would like to do that sometime soon. Oh, and also I want to do a road trip around New Zealand. That's something. And the last question is, what do I do to relax? I do like to just like play music and lie on my bed and just kind of like listen to music. It relaxes me. It's kind of like my form of meditation. Yoga is good to kind of clear my mind. And also, I don't know, just like watching TV. I feel like I hardly ever watch TV, well, Netflix. And when I sit down to watch Netflix, it's kind of just like, oh, like everything else shuts off and I can just enjoy my little show. So that does relax me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A video. That was about 20 or so questions. If your question wasn't answered and you left it for me on Instagram, hopefully I'll get around to answering it in my next Q&A video, whenever that will be, sometime soon. I really like making these videos. I find that it just allows me to get more personal with you guys, and I hadn't gotten personal with you in a while. So let me know if you guys like them too, and if I answered some questions that you were asking yourself. Alright, I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. I will see you next Sunday with a new video. Have a great week, guys.
Don't want you to get it on with